All right, welcome back, everyone, to episode 11 of the Minot Business Podcast, presented by Bennett Creative Media. Another exciting guest, another Wednesday morning. Our special guest today is Silas Sneed. Silas, how's it going?
Good.
Thanks for coming on the show, man. Really appreciate that. Hopefully, we have a good conversation here. We're gonna get right into the questions. So, for the people that don't know, what do you do? Obviously, I think we were talking about this before. You've had your hands in a lot of different cookie jars, but what does Silas Sneed do?
Yeah, right now, obviously we've got X-Golf in town, and we're is that all right there?
Yeah,
we're opening.
It might cut out a little bit here and there, but you're good.
Okay, we're opening up Bismarck, so we're busy working on that right now.
Oh, are you?
Yep, we're just going through the design phase, and construction hopefully starts here this summer still, and then we'd like to be open by end of year.
Okay, that's pretty sweet. So X-Golf, how did you get into? Are you a big golf guy? Have you always been a big golf guy? Why did you decide to start X-Golf?
No, and I'm still terrible at it. I don't know. I just can't get better, but I love it. So I 4 years ago,
okay,
I've come out of the oil and gas industry, and I got invited to the Dickinson API tournament, which is a pretty big tournament. And
yep.
So I figured, well, going to this golf tournament, I better start golfing. So I picked up a set of Strata clubs because it didn't matter to me. And
yep, they're all the same when it's at that point, right?
Right. And started going golfing a little bit just to get ready, and really started to enjoy it. I mean, I was an athlete, back in the day, played some college football and competitive. So it's something an old man like me can still do and compete at. So get a lot better at. So kind of just fell in love with it. One of the reasons I didn't ever play golf was because of addictive personality.
Okay.
And I just know how I am, and I'd always want like a new club. Or
and golf, that's not really the cheapest sport either. You get new clubs, it's like boom, $1,000 there.
Yeah, everything from the shirts to the hats to the shoes to the clubs.
So I didn't even know that. So you started golfing about 4 years ago, 5 years ago.
4 or 5 years ago, yeah.
Okay. And now you're just...
I had been golfing before.
Yeah. But nothing where you're going once a week or anything like that.
Once every other year or something like that. No idea what I'm doing.
So are you golfing a lot now? How often do you golf now?
This is the most I've ever golfed this year.
Okay.
I got a good amount of golf in at X-Golf. I don't golf every day of the week like everyone thinks I do. I've got other things to do, but
other priorities.
I got in there quite a bit, and it actually helped me quite a bit coming into this summer. I was real excited. And I'm probably over 40 rounds.
Oh, dang.
This summer already, which.
Were you mainly golfing at Varden, Cirrus?
All of them, yeah. I've golfed at Varden, Cirrus, Country Club, and Wildwood as well. So,
gotcha.
I still have to go do a men's night at Wildwood. That's my favorite in town. But
okay, what do they got at a men's night? Just like
at Wildwood,
just the most fun, or what?
For me, because it's a shotgun start.
Oh, okay.
And I guess I don't know. It's always been the most fun for me.
So pivoting back a little bit more into the business side of things, X-Golf. How did that come about? Obviously, I think you have a couple partners.
Yep, Brian Babetto.
Yep, he was going to be here, but he couldn't make it. But how did you guys kind of formulate that? What did that start from? Was it something where you're like, hey, we should start this? Or was it one person's idea? Kind of tell me the story on how X-Golf came to fruition in Minot.
At the time, I was spending all my time with the former company of mine that I'm not a part of anymore because I left that to focus on the X-Golf. But I was looking for something else. Just the passion wasn't there for me.
Okay.
I was looking for some type of basically a passion project, but also something that would be profitable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't think of anything for months. Everything I thought of went back to oil and gas, and I was really trying to move out of that.
Okay.
So kind of just, just kind of quit thinking about it a little bit. And then I guess the honest story is I went to Shields to buy a new driver.
Okay.
I had 2 options, both $500 options.
Yeah.
And I asked the guy there, I said, well, what if I don't like this thing? And he said, well, I kind of got to let you bring it back. I don't have a simulator for you to try it on or anything. So, as long as it's like in decent condition, and, we'll take it back. I said, okay, well, that's fair enough. I go home, started thinking, and the wheels just really started turning. I'm like, well, maybe I could get a spot and put in a couple of simulators, and it'd be like a club store. Because we don't really have that either. You got like Facebook Marketplace, and you can kind of search for some clubs. But if you want a set or this or that, and there's, as far as I know, nowhere that really trade your clubs in for you. So you could come in, trade your clubs in. You could shop for the old clubs, order new clubs. Maybe we do some fittings. Maybe I'll get.
And that's one thing I think Minot's missing is fittings. Like you got to drive before that to get your clubs fitted in anything.
Yeah.
You had to like drive to Grand Forks, Fargo, Bismarck, those areas, right?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, like you got Shields or Golf Etc. in Bismarck there. I don't think there's anywhere to do it here. And that is an X-Golf thing. We don't do it either. But it's just kind of where the process started for me. And then we'll get a couple simulators. Maybe we'll do some leagues. Maybe we'll serve some food. Serve some drinks. So the idea just really took off. Next day, I really started diving into the research, kind of organically building one from scratch. I was looking into the different types of simulators.
What did that look like? Are there a shit ton of options out there?
There's quite a few options. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, some better than others. The best one that I found was TrackMan.
Yep. And that's like, I think they use that for like MLB games, like tracking baseballs, head off bats and stuff. The TrackMan system. Yeah.
Okay.
I think like it's a high end.
I think could be wrong, but I think they've been around the longest, but they're
okay. Yeah.
Great machines.
Yeah. That might've been like the pioneer data tracking for that kind of thing, I think. Okay. If I'm mistaken, but I could be pulling this out of my ass too. But anyway, sorry, continue.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
Might be doing it right now.
Yeah. Just make things up.
Yeah. So I was looking into that stuff. I stumbled upon X-Golf.
Okay.
And as a franchise and started looking into it. And I'm not a big franchise guy. I mean, I understand them, but I'm not a huge fan of like the royalty fees, the franchise fee, things like that. A lot of restrictions that I've read on. So liked the idea, started surfing their website, looked really cool. The system looked awesome. Seemed like they really had kind of everything going for it already.
Yeah.
And a good package at the time. There was 15 locations. So I saw there was a newer franchise. The fees looked really, really good.
As far as the franchise goes?
As far as the franchise. And I thought the potential was huge for it. Also the case with a lot of franchises, here in Minot, like there's not population requirements. So I saw that right away. Mm-hmm. Still thought it was
That's
great.
A thing for franchises where you have to have a certain population to open on?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not very inclined in the franchise world, but that makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. That's there's a lot of stipulations sometimes, depending on how big the franchise is, I suppose. But
yeah. This
one had 120,000 minimum population within a 10-mile radius. Obviously, we're missing that. With the base, I think we're close to half of that. Mm-hmm. I emailed the CEO, and he actually called me back within 5 minutes.
Really?
And he said, "Well, how'd you get my email?" Because once he went up to move to CEO, I don't know if it's not supposed to be on the website.
Yeah, they hide it and stuff.
So I don't know, but I found it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Well, I saw your email. We were just talking about the Dakotas. We're interested, but what do you have?" And led off with, "We don't meet the population requirements." It was a 27-minute phone conversation. He was sold by the end of the conversation. I mean, I told him, per capita, I think North Dakota is the number one golf community out there.
Well, especially in the summertime, like people eat up golfing. Yeah. Because you got so much snow during the goddamn year.
People love being outside, and they love golfing, the fishing, all that stuff. But everyone's a golf enthusiast. Mm-hmm. And the people that don't golf, I thought this would be a great attraction for them because for me too, like going out to golf when I first started, it's intimidating, especially when you got people behind you. And you're losing balls, you're chasing balls, you can't find them.
Playing army golf.
Up. Yeah.
Left, right.
Yeah, exactly.
I do that unintentionally.
Yeah. Well, nature of the beast, I suppose. But that's why X-Golf's a great place for those too. So we can introduce people to the game of golf there. The ball's being teed up for them. I don't know. It's kind of my pitch into the thing with the guy, and that we got plenty of people who can get in the game here in Minot. Yeah. He loved it. He said, "We'll have our COO take a look at it, and the demographics can see if we like it. And then if he does, he'll call you tomorrow." He called me the next day, said, "Can you open one this year?" No, this was in August, Yeah. I said, "Well, that's
like last August."
This is 2020.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's a little soon. I said, I can try. Couldn't really find the right location that I was comfortable with, because even though it's a destination location, still in Minot, it's got to be somewhat decent, because our winters, and I'm not driving all the way from South Hill to North Hill.
Correct.
Unnecessarily. So
correct.
I held off on it that year. Also, I just didn't have partners yet, and I knew I wanted a couple of great partners. Yeah. So I was on that search, and Kent Kirkhammer is a great friend of mine. We went to college together. kind of approached him with the idea at the beginning. He liked it. He's a busy guy too. So wasn't necessarily in on it, but was trying to put me in the direction of some good ideas of people he thought would be a good fit.
Yeah.
Brian's a great friend of mine.
Yep. So how have you known these guys for quite some time? You said you went to school with Kent.
Yeah. So I've known Kent for close to 20 years then.
Okay.
Brian and I, relatively new friendship, a few years, but, just, I don't know, hit it off. He's a great guy, great friend. And he just was there supporting me through the initial process of the idea and all that stuff. And, he just got interested in it and said he'd be interested in being a part of it.
Are they both inclined in the golf community? So are they both golfing, or are they kind of like you, or they just started, I guess? How does that work?
No, I think they've been golfing for a while. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Kent golfs quite a bit. He's pretty good. Brian's real good. The guy can drive it like 350.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof.
He never practices.
So some people just got that natural talent, right? Yeah. So going into the partnership, how did that partnership happen? So you obviously talked to Kent, and then he started pointing you in the direction. When did it formulate where you all kind of decided that, okay, we're going to do this together?
That's a good question.
Was there a striking moment?
I'm sure there was. I don't remember.
Yeah.
There's a lot that we had to deal with after that, as far as like the process of opening and everything. I just remember they were in, so I was excited. I don't know. I think that's about all I remember is conversation with Kent going, I'm in, 100% I'm in. Brian going, I'm in, 100% in. And
so
kind of go from there.
So it's you three. Were you always business minded? So like you obviously graduated. Did you go to Minot State?
Yeah.
Okay. So you graduated with a degree. Was it a marketing degree, business degree? Was it in something else? Have you always been business minded and wanted to know you wanted to start these companies?
Kind of, I guess. In 7th grade.
Okay.
I remember thinking like, I want to own a restaurant.
Okay.
For the longest time, that's what I thought, until I went and worked in a restaurant, and I absolutely didn't want to do that anymore. And that was kind of my entrepreneurial hope.
Okay.
So I kind of just gave up on that and decided I'd be a guy that could work his way up the ladder. I got a job, worked my way up a corporate ladder, and then was pretty miserable. Felt like I was trapped in a ceiling. Had my 3rd kid on the way, and decided that'd be a good time to leave a good paying job with benefits and start a company.
When should I leave? Well, I got 3rd kid on the way. How about we quit now and then start from scratch? So after you quit and then you decided to start a business, how did it feel? Like, how were you feeling starting this business? Were you nervous, afraid? If someone's watching this now that's just going to start a business, what would be a piece of advice you'd give those people that are just starting? If they're just opening a business, what would you say to them?
Just keep going.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that you don't know yet.
And that's one thing I tell a lot of people is like, you don't know what you don't know. So like how you can't get over it until you actually go through it.
Right.
Have you found that out with the businesses that you've had?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fast learning process if it's your first one, for sure. There's going to be a lot of what the heck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing, especially when it's your business, and there's no one else to turn to take the responsibility for something. You're not passing off. You're the one that's got to get it done. So for me, I guess, my advice, I don't know how much my advice I'd follow just yet. I consider myself successful.
Take this with a grain of salt for the people listening. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, pretty much. I just approached it, a lot of times I don't know what people assume, but they think, it must be nice, right? Like, I can come to work whenever I want. I can leave whenever I want. I can take vacation whenever I want. Well, and you sure can, but that's not going to breed anything. The first 6 to 8 months of my first business, wasn't much going on. I think it took 3 months before I had my first client and made our first dollar, which we're behind. I don't know how many dollars at that point, but there's nothing going on. There's no emails coming in yet. None of that stuff exists. I still came in every single day, just like my old work schedule, or stayed later if I had to, but just stayed consistent. Like it's a job. Like I was answering to somebody. Like you can't just leave. I would take lunch at lunch.
Yeah. And I think that's the thing is you almost have to treat it like it's a real job and then just throw in the extra hours.
Yeah, I think so.
Because that's the one thing with my video stuff. It's like I have a home studio that I work out of, but you can't just lay in bed and be like, oh, I'll just lay here. You kind of have to get up when you would regularly go to a job, take a regular lunch. And then once 5 o'clock hits, you can decide to work longer than when the other people are going home. Did you find that where you had to put in extra hours when you were going through this?
Yeah. I mean, you don't really track it though. Right? Like, I mean, if you're working, you're working. If it's like, till 8 o'clock, I'm not tracking. Some people, I guess, track it. I'm not tracking and saying, oh, I worked 75 hours this week. Gosh, I deserve Monday off. You're just doing it. Like, so if it needs to get done, just, you'll get it done. But I mean, if you're starting something, you're going to have a certain amount of passion for it. You're naturally going to care about it more. It's naturally not going to feel like, gosh, I'm still at work. I wish I could go home, like
time kind of flies when it's a passion project.
Right. Yeah. Well, or just yours. I mean, you don't even have to like it. Like the first business I started, I'm not passionate about that industry. I was just good at it. I've been in it for 7 years. So
I suppose, and you knew a lot of it.
Yeah. Well, I thought I did. Yeah.
So that first business you started, was it easier to start the second business now that you have X-Golf after you'd already went through the process of starting one? What did that look like?
Easier to start the second X-Golf?
Yes. Well, easier to start X-Golf in Minot first after you had your original company.
Sure. I mean, for some of the initial stages, definitely. But I think X-Golf was the most challenging by far.
Because it was a franchise, or why was it challenging?
No, it was just a totally new business.
Okay.
It's not relatable to my other businesses, So I just know there's times of, there's so many forms you're filling out for everything. And there's certain things that have to be done and things I'm learning on the fly. And I remember just looking at certain tasks that I had in front of me. Just, I had a lot of help too. Brian and Kent were great help. And, we actually have a couple other partners. Brian's brothers are also our partners.
Okay.
They kind of come as one. So just it's pretty cool. But there's still tasks that get put in front of you that it's my responsibility. And I'm just looking at it going, gosh, I wish somebody else would do this. I don't know how. I can't wait till this is done so I can look back and go, I can't believe it got through that.
Yeah.
But
as far as the benefits of owning your own business, a lot of people, and the main goal of this podcast is to share advice and to help people that are operating a business. As far as the benefits go, a lot of people think, okay, there's a lot of benefits to owning your own business. I can work whenever I want. I can take as many vacations, like you said. But what would you say your favorite benefits of being your own boss are?
Gosh, my favorite benefits.
Besides maybe it being lucrative once you get to a certain point. Were you one of those guys where, this is my personal story, is that I'm a bad working for people. Like I think I've had one job in my life. It was at the country club. I was a bag boy, right? And that was in high school. And then I went to Canada, played hockey for 2 years, and I came back and I kind of decided, I'm like, I don't really like working for people. I want to work for myself. So that was the main thing. And then just having the freedom of kind of your own fates in your own hands.
Yeah.
What would you say that your determining factor was?
Oh, to start in the business?
Yeah. Of why you wanted to be your own boss.
Yeah. It was eventually financial freedom was and is still a goal. My kids, I've always wanted to be able to provide them whatever necessary along with a cushion.
Yeah.
Not live under that stress of a check to check. Be able to, if I wanted to, just bam, take off, which it just doesn't really exist to the world I know yet. Hopefully someday that does exist, but obviously, it's no different than anybody else. Like that's what you want, right? You don't want to answer to somebody. You don't want somebody to call you. I need you to go do this, at 7 o'clock at night or on the weekend, or I need you to come in and do this.
And you want to give them the bird.
Yeah. You get a job and that's your job.
Yeah.
That's your job. I just didn't want to do that anymore. I don't know where I kind of gave up on the entrepreneurial dream way after I didn't want to do the restaurant.
Yeah.
It just happened again. When I decided to make the move, it just kind of started growing again. I started playing around with business plans and they started looking really good and made sense. And that's where I give Britta a lot of credit. She was the one just pushing me.
Kind of nudging you.
Just do it. And I'm like, I can't do that. we had a certain level of stability. I mean, but I was definitely at a ceiling, so it wasn't going to get any better.
That's a good transition period into thinking, you know, when you start a business, you almost have to have this circle of people that are helping you. Talk to me about the importance of having that circle, and what did your circle look like of people that were pushing you to do that? Did you have anyone besides Britta?
On the first one?
On both. You can touch on them both.
Yeah, no, and obviously the initial stages is Britta. She's the only one I'm talking to about it. When I did come out at the time, I came out to one of my good friends with it, and he was extremely supportive. And you know, I asked him to be a partner. I didn't want to do it alone. Yeah, you know, so I asked him to be a partner, and he said he would. He just wanted a 15% stake in it, and I said, no, I don't want to do that. I want to go 50-50. You know, if we're gonna do this together, let's just be 50-50. Those are other things that you learn later in life. You know, friendships and business don't necessarily mix that well all the time. It's a dangerous game. You got to have the right mix there for that. But it's a marriage. If you do have a partner and you go into your operating agreements and membership control agreements, they're a very important stage, and they're uncomfortable. But if you don't get it done there, it's really hard to change things.
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. You know, going into those, would you suggest, so maybe people that are starting business now and they don't know whether or not to go with a partner or to go by themselves, what would be your advice for choosing to kind of run at it alone or go with a partner?
Depending on what you need. So if you're looking for capital and you just need an investor, then, you know, find a good investor and understands their role as an investor, you know, and it's going to give you the freedom and believe in what you're doing. You know, basically just give you the cash to let you do what you're going to do. If you're looking for a partner that has a certain set of skills that you don't have, and it makes sense, you know, figure out what those roles are going to be and see what the value is. Right. So I don't know, for an example, like, if you're starting a retail business, you've never done any type of shopping at the warehouses for the product or whatever, but you got a friend that has done that before. That's a huge value, right? And so do you want to start your business and try to learn as you go, or do you want to bring somebody in that's already knows how to do that? Maybe you got somebody else that's an accountant, you know?
And that's so important. Like when I first started my business, I had no idea how to track it. Like I think I was doing my accounting on just like a Google Docs sheet. And I'm like, what am I doing? But once you get those financials and all of the intricacies of the business in order, it makes things so much easier. I want to pivot a little bit into X-Golf specifically now. So marketing wise, I know one thing marketing wise, I'm wearing an X-Golf hat right now. It's because you guys are sponsoring our softball team, which thank you very much for that. How do you guys go about marketing X-Golf? Are there any strategies that you guys are taking to market it? Because it is difficult because, you know, a simulator during the summer months, I'm sure it's difficult to get people, or more difficult to get people in the door. Do you guys have any marketing strategies that you guys are kind of doing to grow the business?
Specifically in the summertime?
Let's talk summer, and then we'll go into the winter.
Yeah, right now. So this is our first summer. So we're kind of, right or wrong, I've been playing it by ear.
Okay.
Just kind of seeing what the response would be. I mean, you know, it's North Dakota. People want to be outside in the summer, so we understand that. Yeah. I mean, we're middle of July here. People are starting to remember, though, it does get hot and miserable as well in the summer. We've got bugs. We get bad weather still, windy days, rainy days. So
who wants to golf in 100-degree weather?
Yeah, exactly. And some people do. But, I mean, so we still have, we know we're going to have those days that it's nice to come inside. And Minot's responded really well to us there, and they've been there, but that's not going to really carry you through the summer. So we know there's got to be some other things. Corporate wise, they're working on more stuff for the summer, more events. Like right now we have our second national tournament going on. It's an alternate shot tournament, which is free to enter. You know, you just pay for your bay time. It's a 2-man alternate scramble, and it's just fun. And if you win, it's a trip to Ireland, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah. So that's a pretty cool deal. And you know, that attracts people to come in, right? It makes sense. Like there's a reason to come in and compete. We're just finishing up our outdoor patio. You know, we've got a nice fenced in 20 by 60 patio.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. We've got some furniture out there now, but we're just getting the electrician in to finish some work. We'll have a couple TVs, some speakers, string lights coming over top, big umbrella. We'll eventually get some little heaters if it gets chilly out. But
and I think that's the thing where it's
cornhole. We got cornhole boards.
There you go. That's the thing where it's, you know, when you're golfing on a regular golf course compared to at a simulator experience, they're two way different things because one, you're in one location, there's TVs, there's music, there's beers, food. Not saying you can't get beer and food on the course, but you know, if I got to
totally different atmosphere.
If I got to wait till hole number 8 to go get another Coors Light,
right,
then that's not awesome. Right. So I think have you found that differentiating yourself as that one experience versus just the golf has helped?
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, and again, it's not going to be that attractive in the summertime. It's a nice day still though. There's nothing comparable to being outside, cold beer outside with your buddies, you know, when you can. But we're obviously hitting on that, right? We got great food. Most of the drinks you can think of, we got something for you. If we don't have what you like, we got something you'll like, you know, whether you drink or don't drink, you know, we've got a great non-alcoholic menu as well. It's kid friendly, right? So you can actually, hey, we can't get a babysitter. We can still go in there. Yeah. We can still go do something tonight. So there's different levels of competition just on the games that you can play. We are focused on the golf, right? So it's 100% golf machine. Yeah. So you're coming into golf, and I guess I don't know.
The other ones are kind of just add-ons: the food, the drink, the TVs, the atmosphere. Those kind of add-ons to the golf.
Add-ons, right? Yeah. But like to your point, I mean, I need another drink. I turn around and grab it.
Can
I get a drink? Yeah. So.
Or man, I want to crush a pizza right now. Boom, 10 minutes later you got pizza.
Well, it's like 3 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, we cook them fast.
Ooh, this is an 800-degree oven. 3 minutes later you get a pizza. So now, marketing wise, are you guys finding that anything works best? So are you on social media? Are you creating content? Are you that side of things? How are you marketing yourself to the public? And what are some tips that have helped to market yourself to the public?
Yeah, we're on social media. We've got a marketing group that we use, LaVenture, of Bismarck. They're great. Right now, what we do is we just kind of try to remind you that we're here. Yeah. So, you know, we're spending some ad spend on it, and you've got ads, but it's also pushing out whatever we've got going, right? So we've got BOGO, buy one, get one Tuesdays. We've got Cornhole League on Wednesday nights.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I didn't know there was a Cornhole League. That's sweet.
Yeah. Follow the Facebook page.
I think I am.
Oh, man.
But maybe I'm just missing it.
Yeah, you're missing it.
I'm just talking cornhole. Maybe that's why it's purposely avoiding me like the Black Plague.
Yeah, well, check it out.
I will.
Time. Let's see what else. I don't know. We're putting out that stuff. Once we have our leagues coming up here, we'll start putting that out there. We also use Golf Genius now, which we're able to kind of
that like tracks your rounds and that kind of thing.
No, the X-Golf app does.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
An actual X-Golf app. You can just scan the thing and it knows who you are. You create a profile, so you don't have to type your name in every time.
That's pretty sweet.
It'll track all the courses you played, your scores, the dates. Yeah, pretty cool stuff there. And then Golf Genius just allows us to automatically send emails out to people if we're doing a tournament or a special event, or a league, and it tracks. The leagues are going to be a lot better this year, for sure. We're getting better. I'm real excited for this fall. Things are
well, and that's what's nice about obviously it's still it's in its infancy stages, but once you kind of go through like this being your first summer, first winter, you'll understand what works and what doesn't.
Yeah, well, a lot better idea here, and it'll make it a lot easier for us to make decisions moving forward in Bismarck. And then the next location.
So that's a perfect pivot. So you're moving into Bismarck. Probably the last question I got for you. What is your North Star with the company? What are you and the partners? No, I understand. You and the partners, what's your North Star with X-Golf? Do you want to have a bunch of different franchise locations? Do you guys kind of have a 5, 10, 15, 20-year plan?
Yeah. I mean, and it's a moving scale. The way we originally wanted was Minot. Yep. I want to bring something to Minot first, and then kind of use that as a launching pad to, a guy can go to Bismarck and probably be successful there, or Fargo or Grand Forks, something like this, but then you're one store at a time, next door, one store at a time, next time. So originally was, let's prove Minot, the concept of Minot, and then let's just do Bismarck, Fargo, Grand Forks all the same year. Then reality hits you. That's a tall order. I mean, just one store.
I was going to say that's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think the way I'd like to see it right now is get Bismarck open this year, see a great winter there in Minot again. And then this time next year, we'll be talking about opening up Fargo.
So kind of one a year. And are you are you opening Bismarck kind of going into the fall here? Is that the goal?
We would like to have it open in September, but it's still tough to get things. So equipment and things like that. So that'll kind of dictate where we're at there. So we'll see.
Okay. Is there a North Star goal for Silas beyond X-Golf? Is there any other business ideas do you want to go in a different direction, or is X-Golf kind of, the end all be all, or you just don't know yet? See where the world takes you.
No, I don't want to right now. X-Golf's fun.
Yeah.
I run 2 other businesses still.
Okay.
I have other partners in other businesses. And so there's a lot on the plate. There's not much room for anything else. I still got 3 little kids and trying to be a good dad too. And I don't know, we'll see.
There you go.
See how all this stuff goes first, but I don't know. Long goal is at least those 4 stores here. We've got first rights of refusal on a few other states and some provinces in Canada, and we'll see if that ever happens. But as long as we get the 4 here, I think that'd be good. And
then you go from there. See where the world takes you.
Just play a lot of poker. So
there you go. We'll have to have you on. We'll have to have you on again to talk strictly poker. Where can people find you? Where can people find X-Golf on the interweb?
Yeah, you can go to playxgolf.com/Minot. That'll take you right to our location site, and you can book online your hours there. You can schedule a lesson with our new pro, Jeremy Czar.
Okay. And he's pretty good. It's a good guy to get lessons from.
Jeremy's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. You'll leave satisfied. We have a couple different options. You can just get a lesson with them. We've also got the B1 Sports Technology, which has the camera angles front and side, and you actually will do a voiceover of the lesson, and it's on an app, and you always have it.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. If you just want to come try the food or drinks, come and see our bar manager, Danielle Bennett. She's doing a great job on our menu and our drinks, and we've got some great staff in there too. So it's going to be a fun time. Leagues. We're going to be doing three different leagues this fall.
Okay.
Then we'll do 3 in the winter. We're going to do a couples league.
That'd be exciting.
All you couples, if you want to come to a couples league, we're going to do some more ladies' nights. We're going to be doing junior camps, and we're also going to be doing group camps and ladies' camps. Sky's the limit. A lot of cool things coming up. We're really excited for this fall.
So they can find all this information coming out on Facebook page, I assume, and all the social media apps.
Facebook, Instagram. We do have a TikTok, so I think we're going to start doing some content on that, just some fun stuff.
And I assume you just type in X-Golf Minot, they'll find you there. I'll drop all the links below in this episode, but
1621 Broadway, across from Taco Bell there. Blue on Broadway there.
Blue on Broadway. Go to X-Golf. So Silas, thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it. Good conversation. We'll have to have you on again, but thanks for coming on. If you guys like this episode, please like, comment, subscribe on YouTube. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, leave a review. It really helps with getting the word out there for the podcast. But we will see you guys next week for episode 12 of the Minot Business Podcast.